Hi there, this is Athena. She is an Australian Kelpie cattle dog. The original. If you're not familiar, the red and the blue healers were not the original cattle dogs. This was. The healers came out of her. Or the headers, if it's accurately known, because some of them go for the head, some of them go for the heels. This one would happen to be a header. So is this a good service dog for the average person? I would say no. She is an excellent service dog if you are active 100%, the first qualification. She has to go out for walks. She has to have energy expent. All these cattle dogs do, or they invariably end up being rehomed or put somewhere in a shelter or destroyed in the Humane Society or at a kill shelter. Why? The vices that these little dogs will come up with, they are arguably the most intelligent dog breed out there. Border Collie owns the current record. However, Border Collie is in the DNA and the founding of this breed. That was one of the originals. So you have that level of intelligence with this dog. You also, as a cattle dog, have the ability for her to problem solve away from you and figure things out independently, like they would have to do in the field, protecting or herding any sheep, any cattle, any job that the farmer or the rancher has for them. They have to be able to figure things out. That also means that they don't necessarily, they'll listen to you. And then they'll think about if they're going to, if it's in their best interest to do what you want them to do. So unlike Dollar, our other dog, who's much more, command-oriented and sit, stay, kind of soldier-like, great dog to work with. She also is a great dog to work with. However, give you an example. You are going to have to reinforce undesired behavior 6, 7, 8, 9. I counted 13 times the other night about her barking. And just a gentle correction, but over and over and over again. It is one of the most independent dogs you'll ever see that is glued to your side. It's kind of a contradiction in terms, but she wants nothing more than to be with me. So if you're an active person, a Kelpie is a great breed for you. If you're an assertive pack leader, you're going to need to be assertive and direct this dog. It is a working dog, and probably of the first order. There are feral traits in some of these dogs. They do have some of that Dingo DNA, so similar to an Alaskan Husky or a Malamute, for example. Those are definitely working dogs, and you can see some of those traits and survival instincts and things take over. They're great dogs if you have the time and the energy. Athena. But they are very much, because of that kind of Dingo and the cattle dog, the shepherd, for example, they are very much one or a two-person dog. Separation anxiety is a huge issue for this breed that you're going to have to work with, because they absolutely bond to their one person. And just like she's doing now, she scoots herself forward and she just wants to be closer to me. So yeah, if you want a companion, they're a great dog. And they're only about 35, 40 pounds for the female. So they're lean and they're very, very mobile. So they're an easy portable dog. They're great to ride around with. There are no known health defects for the Australian Kelpie. Some of that is, if you're familiar, most known defects, wild animals don't typically have those, or they die. Nature takes them out. It's domesticated animals that end up with hereditary issues and things like that from bluntly inbreeding. This particular animal has a little bit of that Dingo DNA that they can trace back. And so that kind of wildness in there gives you a lot of sturdiness and a lot of robustness. So is she a great dog for a service dog? Absolutely. But Very similar to a Belgian Malinois, for example, or a working line shepherd. You have to exercise them, and you have to mentally stimulate this dog. If you don't, she will mentally stimulate you with her behaviors. It cannot. There was an Australian gentleman who we watched his show together, Athena, and he stated something that I have absolutely found true with her. They are very cat-like for the first 6 months. They're much like a kitten. They're playing. They're getting into everything. It's not uncommon, unlike a happy, pudgy Labrador Retriever puppy, for example. It's not uncommon for a Kelpie just to shoot straight up in the air 3 feet and land on your chest at 2 a.m. That's just part of what she does. You did that to Dad, didn't you? And they're into everything. Everything goes into their mouth. She's 6 months old, and she still has some of these. So they're a little slow to mature. You got to work with them. But as far as a service dog, with certain restrictions, and for the good of the animal, even if you think these are absolutely cute dogs, don't get one for the wrong reasons. You should have an active lifestyle. You must do basic obedience with this breed, or it's uncontrollable. It's just indescribable how many of these Kelpies and healers and red and blue healers end up in shelters. So if you're an active person that you can bring your dog with you all day long and they can just be with you, this is the perfect dog for you. They'll never leave you, and they're absolutely loyal. They will ferociously defend you in the house as well. They're very shepherd-like in that, much like a German Shepherd or a Malinois. They're legendary as well for the protection of the home. This little girl isn't near the impact at her size, but when she's filled out